guy who does all our visuals, Chris.
Not all of them. I wouldn't give him that much credit. Look
Okay.
at him. Why are you in the dark, dude? Turn on the light. Turn on a freaking light or something, man.
It's the only place I can keep my foot up right now.
There you go. You're good. You're good now. You're good.
Yeah, of course.
Well, guys, I wanted to start off by saying how excited we are about the new album coming out, but I was wondering if we could talk, first of all, a little bit about what the last 12 months has been like for you guys, because we've been in lockdown here for 8 months of the last 12 months. What the hell has it been like for you guys, and what has it been like trying to put together an album during that time?
It definitely at the start it was a bit of a barrier. Like we're definitely getting not a lot of inspiration. There's much going on in the world. Definitely mental health takes a bit of a toll. But then you kind of get past that and you start to decide like let's really hunker down and let's get some work done because we have the studio set up. We're very lucky that we've taught ourselves how to produce from the beginning. So this really wasn't too much of a hiccup for us. It was just going back to how we used to do back in 2014, 13 when we made our first EPs, just back to the bedroom, back to basics.
Back to the bedroom, man.
So,
Justin, wait. Justin, sorry about this. Dave, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So,
where about you based?
I'm in Melbourne, in Australia, and yeah, like I said, it's been a pretty rough time here, but now it's starting to open back up. I think we've only got like 7 COVID cases or something, so everything's, it's opening back up. What's it like for you guys there at the moment?
That's incredible. I think Chris has like 7 cases in his household, alone.
It's still pretty hectic here. I think they're working on it, not as well as Australia was able to tackle it, you know what I mean?
Or New Zealand.
But there's home the brave land of free, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think
that's the whole mentality. I think we're covered.
The positive thing here at the moment, I guess, is the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting lots of vaccines are going out. All our neighbours are all getting it. We're getting calls from friends' parents saying that they're getting it. I know that my parents are getting it sooner earlier. So I think we're getting to the end now. And when you look back, when everything's going to open back up, it's going to be a crazy little story to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, we can still go down the road and get a beer as long as we're careful and we wear our masks, which we do. We don't every now and again, maybe once a week, we'll go down the street and grab a beer. We're in a really cool location.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been terrible for us. We're also pretty avid gamers and pretty reclusive. So we've just been I mean, it's not really been that crazy difference to us, except for maybe going out a little less and saving a bit of money
and not touring. But that's it's a nice break.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to it, but it's a nice break. You play Warzone at all, dude?
No, actually, I'm not a gamer at all. I'm more of a movie and film nerd, to be honest. So, but I was going to ask that. A lot of our listeners are gamers. So what games have you guys been playing while you've been in lockdown?
Call of Duty. Valhalla. That's it.
God of War.
Yeah.
God of War. I played Clank for some reason. You beat it, yeah. Spider-Man.
And do you guys join up with your fans or anything online during games or anything like that, or?
Just one fan, Chris.
Yeah.
This is we're not doing this to do Twitch or
we're not, like I said, we're not very social. We're not the type to be on camera socializing with our audience while we're gaming. We're more yelling at each other.
It's also not like when we game, when the boys game, it's not like we're gaming for leisure. We are all very competitive. And
I know. It wouldn't be a fun stream to watch. It'd be shut the hell up, everyone. I don't want to watch this.
So now you've said that you're competitive. I have to ask the question: who's the best?
Me right now. For real. No, so we set we look at the
highest KD ratio.
You? Mitchell does?
I think Mitchell has a 1.3 and I have a 1.27, so it's really tight between Mitchell and I right now.
Yeah.
I've got a 1.3, so I'm a little behind.
You can catch up. I'm sure you will.
I got a 1.78.
No, you don't. Clinton has the worst. Clinton is the worst player in the house.
I am not. If you check, I have the most wins, brother.
He does try the hardest, though, so hats off.
I try the hardest, man. It's all about trying, right? The interview's not about your gaming skills, bro.
Let's talk about the music.
So my next question actually is for Chris. Chris, with all of the restrictions and everything with the pandemic, how difficult has it been to put together things like videos? Because I know that a lot of productions have moved from America to Australia because it's been so difficult there. How hard has it been to be able to do things like videos for the band?
Yeah, so to touch on that real quick, and I'm actually kind of glad I joined in here jokingly, but I haven't really got to speak on this yet. But the pandemic was really awesome as far as my friendship with the boys. They got a house that's like 2 minutes away from me, and at the beginning of last year, they had a room that they had built out as an office for me, and I was sleeping over there for weeks at a time. So the creative process, I don't think would have happened any other way than it has for this record if that hadn't happened, because we all got to sit down and like I would present ideas and the guys would tweak some stuff and then we'd make it, and Mitchell does his infamous, like, Mitchell will come in and do the last little like chef's touch, and he'll come in and like I build all my stuff in 3D and shit, he'll come in and fuck around with some stuff, but like just to have his touch on it, and it's been really cool as far as like restrictive. How the boys started out the conversation, we're all kind of like extroverted introverts, and we're really reclusive, so it's been nice to just set up shop in one place and everybody gets to have a part in the creative process. And then as far as doing videos and whatnot, we just have friends that have spaces that we're willing to as long as we abided by the COVID restrictions and whatnot, we were safe about it, we just made it happen.
Yeah.
Well spoken for him, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout out. I really appreciate the creative side shout out. You son of a gun.
So guys,
No, it's been cool. It's been cool. It's been a once in a life opportunity. Honestly, not just for me, but I think for the guys too. Where I had been friends with the guys over the kind of cycle of the Phases record. I wasn't really tight with them, more so with Clinton. And then when we were all forced indoors, we just built kind of like an inseparable bond over the last year. And I mean, the artwork and the creative and everything we've done for this record cycle is not only my favorite stuff that I think Chase has done, but it's also some of my favorite stuff that I've done. And I was telling Clinton the other day, the universe does everything and sets up everything for a reason. And honestly, if all of this hadn't happened the way it did, and Chase wasn't writing the record they were, there's a synergy between all of us where I see what they're doing and I fuck with it so hard that it pushes me to want to make sure that it's expressed visually and aesthetically in a way that matches the level of pedigree that they're creating their art, which is on the sonic level. So as a marriage of arts between sonically and visually, it's just been like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I can vouch for him on that too. You look at the artwork behind Mitchell's head.
It's like, which way?
oh wow.
But no, I was heavily involved before Chris came along with the pretty much like all of the graphics and artwork and videos, and that I think to let go of that ownership and control was hard because we never found anyone that we really liked. So to find Chris and work with him has been a blessing for me, saving me time and a lot of aspects, and pushing the boundaries on what we can do, and hopefully, if you agree, Chris, like we all push you as well, just as much, and physically.
You do, yeah, you do.
And I like to compose and composite with visuals too. So like, it's nice to take some of Chris's assets, his PNG files, and slap them on a good video or two.
And guys, bringing it back to the music, a lot of our listeners here have been listening to the track "Empty." It's such a deep track. Tell us a little bit about the track, and is that what we can expect more of on this album as well?
So Empty is quite a personal track. It deals with the kind of loneliness that comes with, I guess, the progression and the success that we've had. We've been able to fortunately get like a new house, be able to rent out like new cars. But at the end of the day, like, money and prosperity and success doesn't gain you any inner fulfillment, really. And I feel like Empty really touches on that, and it's like this indescribable feeling of no matter what you do or no matter how far you've come in your life, you just don't feel fulfilled. And I think it's very important because a lot of people feel that way. They feel lonely, and they believe that to be their own flaw, but I think a lot of people find that they do feel that way sometimes, and we're just trying to say on a personal note that we also feel the same way. In terms of the album, I believe that it has so much variety in it. You will hear a few more songs with that connotation of vulnerability, but you'll also find a lot of other like beautiful gems in there that you can relate with as well, in terms of happiness, if that's a relatable emotion, in terms of enjoyment, having fun, serious moments. There's a lot of analogies. Every single song we write has at least 2 meanings or more.
You have to listen to it a couple times.
Yeah.
So in different moods as well.
Yeah, it's quite detailed. But the thing is, even though the song is sad and it is quite confronting, quite brutal, it's still a banger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Writing from the heart. Do you guys find that something that's therapeutic? And has it become more easy for you to write and kind of put your emotions out bare for the audience to hear?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a telltale sign of the response we've gotten from doing it in the past, is that, okay, well, people can relate to what we're saying. Why would we change the formula in the way we write? I think, if anything, it's given us more of a boost and a push to keep making music and being even more vulnerable, being even more open with our fans and our listeners. So
even producing a song and starting with instrumental, that's so therapeutic in the way that you're creating a mood somewhat. Because when we start off, we're making an instrumental, we're trying to make it so that instrumental by itself, without any vocals, could be a song. And then you're adding the vocals as the voice and the tell-all of what the instrumental.
The icing on the cake,
Yeah.
Whatever the feeling evokes. And then the visuals, you add that on top of it, and then you've got the beautiful package.
Because we'll create a whole instrumental from the ground up and completely finish it, and that will set the tone for what the song's going to be about. It's the emotions that were evoked from that instrumental.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. What is the writing process like for you guys? Do you guys work on the lyrics first and then bring in the instrumentals, or does it go the other way?
Instrumental first, whole instrumental done, and then we just go in the studio and we try different things. We won't necessarily write down too many things, honestly. We'll get the overall theme, and then we'll kind of just build from there, like throwing around ideas between each other.
Mitchell's pretty good as well. We just put him in a booth with an instrumental we like, or he'll hear something and he'll be like,
give him a beer and a
blunt. Give him a beer and a beat and a blunt. No, we'll get him in the booth and we'll sit there and he'll do like anywhere between 8 to 10 takes, just freestyling something and pick the things that is awesome. And he'll already have like 85-90% of the lyrics down, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
As a freestyling thing. Not a lot of people. I can't do that. I have to
get him a beer, a blunt, put him in the booth, and he'll make a bump.
That's the theory. Beer and a blunt.
You mentioned also about your fans relating to your music. Are you guys at that point now where you quite often get fans contacting you and saying, that track really speaks to me, it sounds like the shit that I'm going through at the moment? How do you guys respond to that?
Yeah, if you read the YouTube comments, like, for Empty in general, it's like, a lot. The relatability is our main, like...
It's almost upsetting how many people are going through that same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Especially this year.
It's very real, though. It's very, very real. I mean, we don't really respond to it, but what we're doing is we're evoking a response from them, really, and that's just opening up the conversation of, hey, it's okay to feel this way, and that life isn't always... Because there's a lot of artists out there, like the generic artists, per se, that just sing about whatever. They just come up with a subject in the studio, even if it means not a lot to them, they'll just write a song about it. But yeah, ours is like a little personal diary that you get to read, and like,
if you relate to it, as opposed to us writing for them. Not to say that we obviously we love the fans, but we don't necessarily go out and say like, let's write a song that they can relate to, or let's write a song that they can sing live.
It's just real life. Like, you meet people in real life, I'm sure they can relate to a lot of the things that you talk about if you open up a big enough discussion.
Definitely. And guys, with the album coming out now and it not looking like there's going to be international tours for a while, I know our music industry seems to be opening back up here for local shows, but how do you guys promote the album for the rest of 2021? Like, do you guys plan on doing more live streams? What's going to happen?
Sure, some live streams. One of the fortunate things as well that has always happened with our music is that we've never really had to push it. It's always kind of just gained its own attention. We've never had to do any like marketing campaigns, or we've never had to do anything eccentric to gain us like attention. The beautiful thing is that over time, like any good wine, the records just kind of build up this momentum, and then they just keep building and building.
And I see you guys have got another friend there at the moment. Normally it's at this end that I have a cat sitting on my lap. Tell us a little bit about your friend there.
Well, he's usually fine, but he was just a little shit there.
We saved him from he was in a litter of 3 that we picked up from an animal rescue place during the middle of quarantine.
Not May?
Yeah,
May
May
last year.
And they didn't have a mother. There was 3 of them. And we just thought we would take care of them really and raise them and teach them how to speak, teach them how to like.
He's very vocal, but we've been doing that all year actually. I mean, it's not something that we've spoken about a lot, but when we realised there wasn't much to do, we did take in a fair few foster animals and looked after them and rehomed them. I think we had
this one just somehow tricked us into keeping him.
This one tricked us and we kept him.
I think Jordan.
What's called a failed foster parent, I think.
Sorry to cut in, guys. I might just have to wrap this one up to get to the next one.
Awesome.
That's all right.
Okay,
David,
just to say bye, guys, is there anything you would like to say to your fans out there before they go out and grab a copy of the album?
Get it at JB Hi-Fi. Get the vinyl.
Yeah. Get physical.
Get the vinyl. Get it yourself on a Porto Burger.
Listen to it again. The more times you listen to it, the more stuff you're gonna pick up on. There's so many hidden Easter eggs in that.
Even in the artwork, have a look. You might see some things. You never know.
Awesome. Well, guys, good luck. Stay safe, and hopefully we get to see you guys in Australia sometime soon.
So,
I'd love to. Can't wait to come home.
All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.